What's up, pranksters? Well, I'm just here chilling at my house, about to show you guys 5 pranks you guys can set up on your roommates, family members, or anybody that comes into your house. Check it out. Alright, well, let's begin by messing with your roommate's food. Now, let's say your roommate's a lazy type of roommate that only eats food that requires water, such as noodles and oats. Well, here we're gonna tamper with his food, of course. So get his favorite cup of noodles and open it. But don't damage the top, just tear it off carefully. As you can see, it's got the flavor and the noodles inside the cup. Now we're gonna have to take those noodles out of there. So get yourself a bowl and dump them out. And there you go. The big chunk of noodles came out. The next part is to actually cut those noodles in half. So grab yourself a knife and begin to cut it in half. So just cut. It shouldn't be that hard because they are pretty crunchy, so you shouldn't really have a hard time cutting it in half. As you can see, my knife is horrible, but I was able to cut off the top. That is perfect, pranksters, because that's all we need. Now you can eat this or whatever, but you're gonna need the top. Now save that, because you can see the bowl is empty and we're gonna add something inside before we put the noodles back in there. I just brought out more oats. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour some oats inside the cup of noodles, about halfway, and then, as you can guess, we're gonna place that layer of noodles on top, like this. And there it is, pranksters. You can't really tell that there's oats in there. Now put the flavor back in there. The best way to seal this back up is to use a glue stick, because this glue isn't that sticky, but just enough so that it stays on. Just rub some of that glue stick on top and then close it back up and it should stay put. And that's it, pranksters. You just booby trapped a cup of noodles. So when your lazy roommate gets hungry and wants some soup, this is what's gonna happen. He's gonna try to add some flavor to his soup, so he's gonna pour that powder inside just to his liking. And then he's gonna add hot water, because that's what you do. You can either add the water before and put it on the microwave, or add it after. Me, I just heated up this water and I'm gonna add it to the cup. So your roommate might do the same thing. So he'll add it and then let it sit. You'll probably put the cover back on just to speed up the process. So when your victim goes back and checks up on his soup, it's not gonna be just soup anymore. It's gonna be soup and oats. Oh, so now you have oatmeal on the bottom and the soup on top. Gross. Now they won't know this until they actually pour the water in there and let it sit. But yeah, this is disgusting. Now I don't know. If you like soup and you like oatmeals, then it might not be that bad. It's only one way to find out, right, guys? Let me try it out. I'll let you guys know if it's any good. It's best that they stay separate. Honestly, it's pretty gross. So there you go, one way to mess with your roommate. Here's a fun way you can annoy your victim with the air horn. Now, no, we're not gonna take this to their ear and blow on it. No, we're not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is fill up a balloon with this air horn. So this is what you guys need to do. Grab a balloon, preferably a party balloon, and wrap it around the nozzle of the air horn. Now we're gonna fill it up with the air inside. Just press on it until it fills up. It's gonna make a sound, of course, but it doesn't matter. Once you have the balloon to about this size, tie it like I did, and yeah, you guys are pretty much done. Once you get close to your victim, or once your victim is nearby, or go to his room and just pop the balloon. Yeah, it stinks big time. I don't know what's in here, but the smell is really bad, especially when it's concentrated into a balloon. This releases the air into your victim's room and it stinks it up for a little bit, so try it out. Now it's time to use some mouse glue traps. Now you guys know what these are, right? These are traps you set up around your house, and let's say an animal such as a roach or a mouse walks through it or runs through it, it'll get stuck. It won't make it all the way. I don't know what type of adhesive they put on there, but it's really, really sticky. Now we're gonna use this to set up a little booby trap. This particular pack came with 2 squares, so I'm just only gonna use one. So I'm gonna tear it. And what you guys can do is, you guys can set these all over your house. Me, personally, I always love using doors. So I'm going to use that cabinet door as an example. So let me show you guys. Now this booby trap is very simple to set up. As you can see, I've added a piece of tape behind the glue trap. And that is because I'm going to stick the glue trap on the cabinet door like so. Just stick it on. And like that. And then simply just remove the little screen that's on there. And that'll reveal the adhesive. It's very sticky. Once it's on there and it looks like this, open up the cabinet door. So let's say your victim's in the kitchen and obviously the door doesn't look right. They're gonna close it. They won't be able to see what's behind it. So when they try to close it, yeah, their hand is gonna get stuck on the glue trap. Or better yet, the glue trap is gonna get stuck on their hand. And yeah, it's not that easy to remove. And it's even worse because I'm wearing gloves, of course. But yeah, they're gonna struggle. Now don't worry, this is harmless. But yeah, they will struggle. They will have to wash their hands a few times. And it's just something annoying that nobody wants to go through. But yeah, this is very simple to set up, but very hard to undo. I can't really get it off. I'm just gonna take off the gloves. Now we're gonna set up a prank to gross out your roommate. You're gonna need a toilet bowl brush and a holder. This one is brand new, so don't worry guys, this has not been used yet, so I'm able to touch it and you know, it doesn't really bother me because it's new. Now your victim doesn't know that, right? So I'm gonna show you a way you can prank them and it's really gross, so let's get to it. To be able to pull off this prank, you're gonna need a paper clip. A small one will do. Undo it because you're gonna reshape it. So just undo it like so, and basically the shape should be like this, and that's all you pretty much need at this point. Take the toilet brush holder and you're gonna tape the paper clip inside, just like I'm gonna do right here. So once you're done taping up that paper clip, it should look like this. Of course you can always add another one right here, but for this example I'm only gonna use one. And I know it looks kind of weird and you're like thinking, what the hell is he doing? Well, you'll see at the end. Up next, I'm gonna add a little bit of chocolate cake mix inside the brush holder. Not a lot, but just enough so we can then add water into. So here's the water and I'm gonna add just a bit. Pretty much up until it reaches the paper clip, or like that. Looks gross, right? Ugh, disgusting. And imagine how your victim is gonna feel when some of this is all over them. Next, take some peanut butter and spread it on the brush, just like I'm doing here. Try to get as many bristles as you can. Oh, this looks gross. It seems like somebody just got done cleaning the toilet and they just left it there. They didn't even rinse it. So that's pretty much what your victim is gonna think. It's gonna disgust them big time. So this is fair. Obviously you can add more and make it look even more nasty, but for this example I'm just gonna leave it like this, and then carefully you're gonna put it back inside the holder. But when you do so, place it at an angle so that it does not move the paper clip, because the paper clip is what's going to help the brush splash some of that nasty liquid onto your victim. So figure out where you're going to put the brush. It's usually under the sink or behind the toilet because that's where people usually keep these. So once you locate the perfect spot, put a piece of tape underneath because you want the holder to stay on the floor while your victim picks up the brush. So let's say the toilet is kind of dirty and your roommate wants to clean it. Well, this is what's going to happen. They're going to reach for the brush and pull it up. Yuck. And what sucks is that the camera doesn't really show. It's actually sprinkling some of that nasty liquid onto my hand. Little drops of that nasty liquid fly all over the place. Okay, and for this last prank, I'm gonna show you guys how to booby trap the ironing board next time your roommate wants to use it. It's not that complicated, so just watch. This way, you're gonna need some kind of container like a bottle. Now, I filled up this bottle with water and Kool-Aid just to make this prank a bit more fun. Set the water aside and turn over the ironing board, because people usually will either leave it inside a closet or leaning against a wall like this, right, with the front facing them. Now, what you're gonna do is actually flip it over, and somewhere down here, you're gonna tape the water bottle pointing up like this. So now that the water bottle is taped onto the ironing board, simply untwist the cap and remove it. Leave it open like this, and then just turn over the ironing board and lean it against the wall. Or put it back in the closet wherever your roommate keeps it. And that's it, pranksters. Let me show you what will happen next time they want to iron their clothes. I'm going to give you guys a little demo of how this prank would work. So basically, you got the ironing board back there. It's already booby trapped. So next time your roommate sets it up to iron his shirt or his pants, this is what's going to happen. Yep, it's gonna spill all over them, all over their shoes, all over maybe the carpet, the floor. But yeah, they'll have to clean it up. There you have it, 5 pranks you can pull on your roommate next time he gets out of line, or maybe next time he doesn't pay his share of the rent, or maybe next time he doesn't clean up after himself. Well, he will definitely have to clean this up for sure. But yeah, guys, have fun with these. And for you females, I'm sorry I keep using these male pronouns. I'm a guy and I, tend to use male pronouns. But yeah, you guys can do these on females as well. Well, I hope you guys enjoy these. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember that it doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe. It's always free and you will get a lot out of that. So please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, pranksters. Okay, pranksters, as you can see, I got a bunch of ice cream on the counter, and I'm gonna be using all this stuff to pull off a few pranks. So fill up the cup up to the level where it needs to be. So now that I got the ice cream all out of the container, it should be like this. And you're gonna add the pieces of garlic into the toppings. Once the egg is cracked, obviously you're gonna dump it in there. I put a little bit of air in it so it can actually fit on the cone.